Hey guys, it's Will here from the WM Perspective, and today I'm going to be talking about what I think are the best Apple Watch bands to buy in 2025. So typically when you buy an Apple Watch, it's going to look something like this. You're going to have just standard silicone bands like some of these, and that's what most Apple Watches come with. You might also get one of the nylon bands with it if you just choose a different kind of setup in a way. But there are other options, and I'm going to be telling you just what I think are the best options pretty much out of all of the bands. So some of my bands are not OEM. Actually, a lot of them aren't because I think you can get really good quality non-OEM bands. So all of these are not OEM. And as you can see, it looks pretty much the same. This one does feel like slightly cheaper. I got this for $1. This one was off of AliExpress. It does feel a little bit thinner than the real sport bands or Nike sport bands, but I think these sport loops, I think they're called, feel about exactly the same as the OEM ones. This is an OEM one. This is a 40 millimeter one. So I'm going to be going over just a few different materials that you can get. So obviously you have the standard like cloth style ones, the nylon ones, and then you have the silicone ones, which is just rubber pretty much. But you also have a little bit nicer of nylon bands. So you have, this is an old woven nylon band. This is from like around when the Apple Watch first came out. I think they had these up until like around the Series 3 or so, maybe 4. But those are pretty good for like more of a dress up kind of style band. And then this is a Apple Watch band. I forgot what this is called. I think it's Alpine Loop or something. It's one of them. I forgot the names. But this is an aftermarket one. It's just from AliExpress. I got it for like $2. And I used to wear this band every day. I really liked it. The only reason I stopped wearing it is because it actually started to rust a little bit. I don't think it's rust. It's more like corrosion. If you want something a little bit more like dress up in a way, you might want to go for something metal. So move those out of the way. This is a just cheap gold metal band that I got off AliExpress for a few dollars. I'm not going to have any links to any of these bands because I don't know where to find them, and I don't want to spend forever trying to find where I bought them from. This was, I forgot where I got this from. I think I got it from Amazon. This was like $25. This is supposed to be pretty much a knockoff of the OEM Apple metal band that's like $450. And then this is a Amazon knockoff of the Milanese loop that I got for like $12. And this actually feels just like a real one. I haven't owned a real one, but I have experienced them before, and it feels pretty much exactly the same. The only problem is this one, I've worn it a lot, and as you can see, the paint's starting to kind of come off a little bit, especially on this little clasp part here. You can see it's coming off on the edges. But maybe you don't want something that's going to get cold and stuff and going to get, feel a little weird. You might want leather. I don't have a lot of variety personally when it comes to leather, but I do have these two magnetic link bands. These are both OEM Apple ones. This one I wore a lot, and as you can see, it started getting black in the inside. This one's definitely a lot more broken in, and it does, still work just fine. This one also works just fine. This is Saddle Brown. This is Midnight. Yeah, overall, out of all these, I think the best Apple Watch bands for daily wear are definitely probably one of these. I wore these a lot. Even not like dressing up or anything. I just wore these just because they're really nice bands. I bought both of these. I think they were like $40 each on eBay, and knew they were $100, so it's not too bad. These have probably honestly gone up in value a lot because Apple no longer makes leather products. And then I would say that's probably a third choice. Honestly, it really depends on how these bands are for you. I know some people, they pull out people's arm hair, and it's kind of annoying. Personally, I don't have that issue. I don't have a ton of arm hair, but I do have a decent amount, and I haven't experienced any issues with that as far as the Milanese loop. I do love this band. I think this is probably the second best The only thing that I've noticed with this is that if you're moving a lot and like, I know it's happened to me when if I'm like working out or something, which you probably shouldn't work out with one of these bands on anyways, just because it's metal. But if you do, it can slowly loosen, and you'll notice when your watch feels like it's gonna fall off. And then this one doesn't pull hair at all. This one does, but I imagine that's because it's super cheap. But I think this one's the best metal band. I'll just do the best of all of these, I guess. So let me just move these out of the way. And then I think the best band is definitely, overall, I think the best bands are these. I don't wear them anymore, but it really, again, depends on what your style is. If you prefer a heavier watch, definitely go for something metal or leather. These are pretty heavy bands, honestly. These things are really lightweight. If you don't want to feel your watch at all, definitely get one of these. But I think that's the best Apple Watch band overall. I do like the sport bands. These are probably the best, like, silicone bands. I would recommend one of these because it's a little bit more breathable. These are the Nike model sport bands. But I mean, that's about it. You do have these, which you don't have to like buckle them together or like use a clasp or anything or Velcro. It just slides on like you're wearing, you know, like a bracelet or something. I don't know. So those are definitely pretty cool. I don't wear that one much. I don't really know why, I just don't. So other than that, I guess that's basically it for this video. I don't have much to say other than that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe for tech content every Monday, usually, and consider liking the video. Share it to anybody you think might find this video useful, and I will see you next time. Bye.